Okay, so here's our gram staining lab that we've been doing. What we did here was we took two slides and we put an E and a B on each slide. One stands for E. coli and the other stands for Bacillus Subtilis. And we're going to stain these two bacteria. So that process, I'm going to just kind of skip ahead here. Essentially, we utilize sterile technique, which means that we sterilize everything that we're doing here. Let's see if I can hold this on here while we do this. Trying to light a Bunsen burner with one hand. There we are. So when I sterilize the loop that I'm going to transfer for these bacteria with, it's just a little metal wire loop. I'll put it in the flame there and heat it up nice and hot to kill all the bacteria on there. Then we have two lawns of bacteria that we've grown in these petri dishes. This is E. coli and this is Bacillus. So we're going to transfer these to the slide just by carefully lifting up the lid a little bit. I don't think I can do this with one hand, but I'm going to try. And cool that off a little. Take a little bit out. It just takes a tiny, tiny, tiny little bit. You can't even see it on there. And then I'd have a dot of water on my slide, and I just kind of rub a little bit of that around. The next step is, of course, to re-sterilize. Oops, turn that off. Re-sterilize my loop. So we sterilize that again. There we go. Yeah, shooting a video here for everybody at home. And if you had your slide, you'd see a little smear of bacteria on there. And we just run it through the flame a couple of times to heat affix it and kill the bacteria that sticks it to the slide so they don't come off during the staining process. So the next step is to put our slides side by side here, and then we go through the process of timing and putting the stains on there. You see these guys have an E and a B on there, and they've used all the different stains: crystal violet, iodine, safranin, and the ethanol, which is right up there. There we go. The next step is to put them on the microscopes. After they've been stained, I've got two scopes set up here. See if we can get these to turn on. So this is Bacillus Subtilis. I'm going to try and get a video in the microscope. It's under high power. If you look, the arrow's pointing kind of just to the bottom of the arrow is a single solitary bacterium. So they are not very big, but these are huge compared to the E. coli. This is Bacillus Subtilis. Take a look at the color. Ask yourself, is it pink or is it purple? And ask yourself, is it a rod, a sphere, or a spiral? Next up, here is E. coli. Compare the E. coli to it. If we can get it in focus here. Is it more pink or more purple than the other one? Okay, remember, if it's pink, it's a gram negative. If it's purple, it's a gram positive. Yeah, get it in there. There we go. These are much smaller. If you look really close, you'll see those little dots. They're actually tiny, tiny little rods. They're really small. It's hard to tell. Remember, gram positive, gram negative. Gram positive is they're purple. Gram negative is they're pink. It has to do with the differences in cell wall. And then you're going to describe them. So, for instance, a gram positive rod would be a rod shape, or would be a gram positive bacillus, right? So if it was purple, it would be a gram positive bacillus. If it was pink, it might be a gram negative bacillus. Just can't get that in focus. Trying. There we go. There's a better picture. So they don't look, they're real tiny. That's under the highest power, right? We have that thing. 400 times magnification, and that's how small they are. Okay, that should be enough for you to fill out the questions in your lab.